What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Legacy Wednesday. Today we're going to take a look at one of my personal favorite decks. When I started getting big into Pokemon, like I've already been playing Pokemon like a couple years competitively, but one of my favorite decks, the one that made me start doing well at tournaments, was Darkrai Hydreigon. And today we're going to cover that deck. Now, it's a little bit different than what I played back then because like I don't think junk arms were allowed at the same time and stuff like that, but the deck is still really strong. I won my first cities with this deck. I met one of my best friends with this deck, and man, the deck is amazing. It's a lot of fun, and it's so fun to manipulate stuff with Darkrai Hydreigon. So let's go over the deck and let's see what's it about. Now, our main attacker, of course, it's going to be Darkrai-EX. We talked about it. It has the ability Dark Cloak. Any Pokemon with Dark Energy attached to it has no retreat cost, which is really nice. So it gives everybody free retreat. And it has the attack Night Spear. Night Spear does 90 and does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So that way you can start sniping them and stuff like that, which is really nice. You can start damaging Pokemon off the bench, which is really cool. Alright, so our main kind of support Pokemon is Hydreigon. Hydreigon is kind of like the Aromateas we have out now, but except for Dark Energies. Dark Trance, as often as like during your turn before you attack, you may move a Dark Energy attached to one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. So this way you can manipulate your Dark Energies any way you want to, and that's really cool. I do like that a lot, and that's why I love the deck. I remember when this deck first came out, everybody was like, oh, Garchomp's better, Hydreigon's better, Garchomp's better, Hydreigon's better. It was a big war going on, and eventually Hydreigon did win over. Everybody realized, like, oh, Darkrai Hydreigon is so much stronger than Garchomp, and did eventually win out. So, man, I was so happy I was on the Hydreigon side than Garchomp side. But there we go, 3-1-3 Hydreigon line. Some other support Pokemon we do play is Spiritomb. Spiritomb is just solely for Genesect Virizion. Genesect has the attack G booster, which has the the A-Spec G-Booster. There we go. Man, I haven't used A-Specs in such a long time because I've been playing a lot of Standard. But A-Spec G-Booster, which does 200 damage to Pokemon's to the active Pokemon. But Ceiling Scream says each player can't play A-Specs from their hand, which does stop G-Booster, which is really nice. And that's why Spiritomb is in the deck. Now, your opponent can rest it off the Spiritomb, knock it out maybe, but we're okay with that. If they're wasting their rest in his own Spiritomb, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. We play one Shaymin-EX. Shaymin-EX, like, Shaymin's already my favorite Pokemon, and I used this card so many times back in the day because of Revenge Blast. Revenge Blast needs a Grass and a Color Energy, so just two, and this does 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken, which is really nice. It might not seem that strong, but I promise, like, hitting some crazy numbers with Shaymin is really nice. So does 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, plus the other 30 is 180 damage. So if your opponent has taken all but one prize card, you can use Revenge Blast for 180 and knock out a Pokemon out of nowhere, which is really cool, and that's what I love. That's why I love this card so much. One Virizion. I know we talked about Virizion Genesect a little bit, but we need the Virizion here for the Verdant win. Each of your Pokemon has any Grass Energy attached to it, can't be affected by special conditions, which is really nice because Hypnotoxic Laser is such a big card in this game right now. And last but not least is Mewtwo-EX. It has the X-Ball, which does 20 damage, times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon and the defending Pokemon, and Side Drive for 120, be it the discard energy off Mewtwo. For the most part, we are using it for X-Ball for maybe a late game knockout. You move like 10 energies up to this guy, do 200 damage, something crazy like that, which is really nice. That's all the Pokemon in the deck. Some other Pokemon you could play is maybe like a Sigilyph if you want to play that instead. Maybe a Sableye to junk hunt to get back item cards. I really don't like either one of these cards. I think Sableye makes the deck too slow. But there we go. There's all the Pokemon in the deck. We play one Computer Search for consistency. You could play maybe a Douse Machine to reuse cards from discard pile, but we already played 4 Junk Arms, so I don't know if that's really needed. 3 Dark Patch, get a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Dark Pokemon, which is really nice, and that's how we're going to power Darkrai so quickly. 4 Junk Arm to reuse any trainer cards, which is really cool, because you can use Dark Patch, Max Potion, Random Receiver, Rare Candy, Ultra Ball, Dark Claw, which is really cool. And the main card of this deck, what makes this deck shine, is this Max Potion. Heal all damage from one of your Pokemon, then discard all energy attached to that card. We've seen this card in multiple decks, but the reason why it shines here, of course, is because you can move the energies off of Darkrai, own it to somebody else, Max Potion, and then move the energies back to it. And you have a fresh Darkrai ready to go, swinging, taking a lot of damage, or doing a lot of damage. So that's really cool. One Rain Receiver to find a supporter card. And it's also really nice because there's no VS Seeker, so you can junk on for Random Receiver and hit a supporter card, which is really cool. 3 Rare Candy. I'm contemplating cutting a Rare Candy. To make it 2, I think it's fine. I think playing 2 is fine. I'm not 100% sure yet. This deck is still new in Legacy mode to me, so I don't have 100% figured out just yet. 4 golden Ultra Balls, so that way you can get any Pokemon. 2 cards because you are going to fill your bench up a lot, and so will your opponent. Both you shuffle your hand to deck and draw cards equal to the number of bench Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's. Which if both of you all high five, not high five, if both of y'all have 5 Pokemon on the bench, you can get 10 cards. 4 in, 2 Juniper, 4 Professor Oak's New Theory. You could play more Juniper, but I'm always scared to discard cards. Maybe make a 3-3 split if you want to. Oak, shuffle your hands to deck, draw 6 cards. It's probably the strongest supporter card in the Legacy format. 3 Dark Claw, so you do 20 more damage to the active, which is 100 to 10. It did matter back in the day, like a lot, because you can like catcher and stuff like that. But catcher's really not that big anymore since it's not automatic. Back in the day, you can use catcher and automatically break somebody up. But Dark Claw, I don't know. I'm contemplating not even playing Dark Claw. It does matter sometimes because what you can do is you can Night Spear twice to the bench for 60, and if they bring that guy up, you could use Dark Claw to knock out 170 HP Pokemon, which is really cool, but it doesn't happen a lot, so I'm not sure if the Dark Claws are actually needed. Now, remember earlier, I said with Virizion, if you have a Grass Energy attached to your Pokemon, it can't be affected by Special Condition. Well, that's why we play Blend Energy. Blend Energy provides a Grass, Psychic, Fire, and a Dark type at any time, which is really, really nice. And I do love this card a lot, because this makes it where you're able to use the Dragon Blast from Hydreigon, which does 140, so that way you can get our Suicunes or Sigilyphs if needed. You can use it for Mewtwo for the X-Ball, or Side Drive, sorry. You can use it for Shaymin for Revenge Blast. You can use Virizion Emerald Slash, and of course Darkrai for the Night Spear. So Blend Energy is such a great card. Like when they print this card, I was like, oh my goodness, this card is perfect. It does everything I want it to. Like, if only this Fire side was a Water side, that'd be the most broken energy card. But still really, really good. Dark, Grass, and Psychic. We all use those colors in this deck. And 8 Dark Energies. Now, 2 things I want in this deck, mainly just one, is Tool Scrapper. Tool Scrapper is really nice. Like I said, I'll probably end up cutting the Dark Claws for at least a Tool Scrapper, and then maybe another Juniper, and then probably a second Random Receiver. Which might seem really strange, but I think those additions would be really good. Like I said, Dark Claw is really not that useful anymore. You could play a catcher if you want to instead. So maybe cut the 3 Dark Claws for like a, what did I just say? A Tool Scrapper, a Tool Scrapper, Juniper, and, oh, I already forgot what I just said. I don't know. I don't know what I just said, but you want to add that card. I don't know why I just forgot there. I don't know. I don't know what I said. I wanted to add it, but then I forgot. Oh, man, I'm so bad at that. But there you go, guys. There's the Hydreigon deck. Like I said, the 3 cards I don't know about. Oh, Catcher. There we go. If you want to add Catcher, check away the Dark Claw. So it's up to you. The deck is really, like, even though it has a bunch of Pokemon here, you can easily change around it, and it's very flexible. You can do your own thing to it. Put your own spin onto Darkrai Hydreigon, which is why I love the deck so much. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great Wednesday, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, pretty gets Kendo Fuji playing a Water and a Psychic deck. Suppose we have the advantage. We're waiting for our opponent to load into the game. And let's see, what are they playing? That is the big question. And can we get a turn 2 Hydreigon or not? The other big question as well. So let's see what happens. Do we get to go first or not? Let's see. Wait for it. Come on, Kendo Fuji. Hello? Hello? Are you going to pick a side? Man, what's up with my opponents? Like, our opponents, like, the past couple days have been, like, really been taking the time, and we won the coin flip, so we'll be going first. That's great. All right, so yes, we would like to go first. And on our turn, let's see what's going to happen. All right, so we start. Hey, look at that. That's a beautiful hand. 2 Max Potion, 2 Colress, and 3 Blend Energies. That's really funny. All right, so we're going to show our hand. We're going to shuffle our hand back in the deck and draw 7 new cards. And let's see. All right, there's a Darkrai, Zweilous, Shaymin-EX. So let's put the Darkrai up in the X spot. Let's press done. And let's see, what is our opponent playing? They have Thunder Sleeve, so it could be some kind of, okay, so there's Keldeo. We'll put a Blend Energy. No, let's put a Dark Energy in the active and use an Oak. And the reason why I'm using Oak, the Dark instead of the Blend is I don't want our opponent to play like Lost to Move or something. And we'll end our turn. Alright, so on my opponent's turn, let's see what's going to happen. Sadly, I don't think we'll be able to tackle a Darkrai next turn. We have no Deino out turn 1, so we can't get a turn 2 Hydreigon, which does stink. But next turn we can use an Oak again. Maybe want to say at the end, there's Ultra Ball, discarding a Psychic and a Tool Scrapper, And this might get out. Oh, okay, a Routes. Okay. Alright, so we're going to get a Routes. Skyla. Maybe for a Tropical Beach. Let's see. Oh, there's a Golden Rare Candy. Okay. Huh, so Routes coming down. And a pass onto our turn. Well, we know our opponent has a Rare Candy in their hand, so I'm going to put a Dark Energy active and use an N. And the reason I'm using N instead of Oak is because we know they have a Rare Candy in their hand. I don't want them to play that. I don't know what they're playing. We get a Mewtwo and a Virizion. So we'll put down the Mewtwo. And I guess we'll just end our turn, sadly. Yep, we'll just... Or do we retreat to Virizion and pass? Yeah, let's retreat to the Virizion and just pass. I don't want our Darkrai to get knocked out for some reason. I'm not sure what we're playing against. Maybe it's a Mewtwo. Yeah, there it is. I think it's a Mewtwo Gardevoir deck. It's like you're going to that guy. Hypnotoxic Laser. Okay. Tells we are not asleep. Fresno's New Theory going to shuffle the hand into the deck and draw 6 new cards. Now, if it's the Gardevoir, I think it is, or the... I don't know which one it is, but... it makes it where your Psychic Energy counts as 2 instead of 1. So right now, X-Ball will do 40 instead of 20. So there's an Ultra Ball, discarded Giratina, and a Psychic Energy. Okay. You're going to get a Curly out into play. Alright, so Curly coming down the field. And let's see, there's a pass from our opponents. Alright, so on our turn, what do we get? We get a Deino. Hey, there he is, finally showing up to the parties, Deino. We'll put a Blended into the active and use a Professor's New Theory. So we're going to shuffle our hand into the deck and draw 6 new cards. We're looking for an Ultra Ball, and that's not what I want to see. Alright, so I guess we'll end our turn. Oh, it's our opponent's turn. It's like the battle of the setup. Who's going to set up first? My opponent will probably get the Gardevoir out next turn. There's a Chandelure coming down with Curse Drop and Eerie Glow. Psychic going to Mewtwo. A Random Receiver. And let's see, what do they flip over? There is a Seeker, which I doubt that's what they want. Seeker lets you pick up one of your Pokemon from your bench, put it into your hand, and we get to do it as well. They're going to play it in. Both players are going to shuffle the hand into the deck and draw 6 new cards. And let's see, what do we get? There's an N, Dark. Okay, there's a Hydreigon, but no! There's no Rare Candy in our hand as of right now. So Love Ball, going to get a Sigilyph out to play, which we have Hydreigon, so we're not too worried about that card. Sigilyph coming down the field. And retreat to Mewtwo. We see X-Ball doing 20, 40, 60. Will not knock out a Virizion. He will stay alive, so 70 damage. On to our turn. What do we get? We get a Dark Claw. So we're Dark Claw the Mewtwo. Put down Darkrai-EX. Dark Energy, and I guess we'll use it in. Both players shuffle the hand of the deck and draw 6 new cards. And let's see, what do we get? Alright, there's a Max Potion Ultra Ball. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Ultra Ball discard Double Dark. And I'm going to grab a Zweilous. I know it's in the deck. I did see it, so we're going to grab the Zweilous, okay? Put that down on the field. Free retreat into the Darkrai-EX, and we will use the Night Spear attack. Do 90, 110, and we will do 30 to the Caldeo. Does that matter? Can 3-shot that guy. This guy's weak to Dark. I guess we'll put on the Caldeo. That seems fine. Alright, so 110, 30 there, okay? And on my opponent's turn, let's see what happens. They're going to draw a card. If they do knock us out next turn, it might be okay. It depends what we top deck. There's a Gardevoir coming out. And like I said, it makes each Psychic Energy counts as 2. So right now, do 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60. There's a Hypnotoxic Laser. 190 minus 20. So 170 right now. If I did the math correctly, there's a Colress. Going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards off that. Okay. And, wow. If we had one more damage counter, we could knock out Mewtwo with Virizion. There's another Routes coming down. Okay. And I think my opponent's going to be short if they don't attach a Psychic Energy to the active. I think Resistance might save us, unless I'm bad at math, which we all know I am. And that X-Ball is going to do 120 plus the damage, 150. So I was actually 10 damage short from what I said. But on our turn, we get a Dark Energy, which is not what we really want to see. We'll put a Dark Energy on this guy. We will free retreat into the Virizion, and we will use Emerald Slash. 450 damage. There's no grass energies in the deck, but we can still look at our deck. Sure. Let's look at our deck and see what's in there. Okay, next card would be a Junk Arm, so I'm kind of glad we are using that. So 2 Colress, plenty of Junipers. The Max Potions in here as well. We have the Junk Arms. Like, we're okay. We just need to hit some stuff. So we'll press done. The Mewtwo will not get knocked out onto our opponent's turn. Now, if we somehow top deck a Hydreigon, that would be great. We can use that, the ability to move the energies up to Darkrai. We see our energy switch coming down. We might see the energy switch from Mewtwo onto the Chandelure. Onto the Chandelure. He could use the Curse Drop and put 4 damage counters anyway he wants to, and I think that's what we're going to see. We're probably see a Rush in. Now, if he does do this, we can take a 4-prize turn by knocking out the Chandelure and the Mewtwo if we get lucky. If we top deck the Chandelure or top deck the Hydreigon, we can take a knockout next turn, take a ton of prize cards next turn. Let's see what happens. Do we get that or not? Does my opponent retreat to the Chandelure or not? That is a big question. And here comes Chandelure EX, and we will see a curse drop. Put 4 damage cards on your opponent's Pokemon any way you want to. So 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll have 1 more left. I don't think it really matters where that goes. But we'll find out here in a second. So 10 on the active, okay. So Darkrai-EX will go down. My opponent will go down to 4 prize cards, but if we find a Hydreigon right now, we'll be okay. And a Colress. Alright, so this goes here, and we'll Colress 4, 5, 6, 7. Can we find the Hydreigon or not? And there it is. Alright, so we've got the Hydreigon. That's great. We'll put that down. We will play Dark Patch, put a Dark Energy on the Darkrai-EX. We'll put down the other Deino. We will free retreat into the Darkrai-EX. We'll use the Dragon Trance, move a Dark Energy up to the active. We'll put the Blade Energy onto Hydreigon. We'll press done. Have we attached yet? We have already attached, so we'll use the Night Spear, do 180 and 30 to the Mewtwo, and this is why I love Darkrai. You can do a ton of damage, and you get to spread it out like that way. So we'll take 4 prize cards this turn. So 1, 2, okay. And I'll take 3 and 4. Now next turn, we can knock out his Sigilyph with the Hydreigon, which is really nice. We're going to knock another Hydreigon onto our opponent's turn, and let's see what happens. Psychic will only do 5, 6, 7, 8, minus 20, so 60. Mewtwo comes down. Now, if my opponent decides to be aggressive with his Mewtwo, we have Ultra Ball for our own Mewtwo, so we can knock him out instead, which is really nice. We see an Oak. He's going to shuffle his hand into the deck and draw 6 new cards. Does he find a Psychic Energy? And if he does he attack a Mewtwo? If he does that, he will lose the game because we know we have a Mewtwo in our deck. So let's see, does he do this or not? That is the big question. It looks like we will take down the Mewtwo Gardevoir deck. So let's see, what does our opponent do here? Do they have anything or not? I don't think so. I don't know what they can do. Next turn, we'll probably just attach a Blade Energy to Virizion, and we'll see what happens. So, let's see, what does he do? Let's see. I think regardless, we have this game wrapped up. I can't see how my opponent can win. If he sits got the axe spot, we can use Hydreigon, take a knockout. If he sends up Mewtwo, we can get our own Mewtwo out. If he sends a Keldeo, so on our turn, alright. We get a Deino. We're gonna Ultra Ball, discard the Deino and the Professor Oak's New Theory. And we're gonna grab, do we grab Spiritomb? We'll grab another Darkrai, that seems great. Yeah, we'll grab another Darkrai. We'll put that on the field. Put a Blade Energy down, and we're going to Colress for a ton of cards. What, 8 total? Yeah, so Colress into our hand, shuffle our hands to deck, and draw 8 cards. Okay, there's a Max Potion Rare Candy. So we're going to Rare Candy, get out another Hydreigon into the field. We will Dark Patch onto the Darkrai. We will free retreat into the Hydreigon. We will use the Dark Trance. We're going to move 1 Dark Energy up to here. 1 Dark Energy up to here. And 1 Dark Energy up to... Oh, come on now. Let's do it one more time. There we go. Alright. So move those 3. We'll press done. We're going to Junk Arm, put in these 2. We're going to discard these 2 to get another Dark Patch. I think there's another Dark Energy discard pile. Yeah, we'll grab a Dark Patch. Put that down. Put a Dark Energy on a Darkrai. Okay, and that means this is just in case he does knock us out next time we'll have another attacker. Let's use Dark Trance, move that Blade Energy onto here. And we'll press done. And we'll use Dragon Blast to knock out the Sigilyph. There we go. Oh, not Dark Trance. Come on now. Let's use Come on, Dragon Blast. There we go. So Dragon Blast for the knockout. Okay. So we'll go down to 1 prize card. We'll discard a Dark Energy. Oh, discard 2. So discard double Dark Energy. Press done. Alright, so let's see. If it gets a Mewtwo out, it'll do 20, 40, 60, 80, which is not a knockout. We'll take 1 prize card. We get a Junk Arm. Okay. We don't have Random Receiver in our discard pile yet, so we can't really do too much with that. We had a Random Receiver. We could Junk Arm for Random Receiver. Hopefully drawing to something. But let's see. What can our opponent do? If he keeps the Gardevoir up here, we can knock it out. Mewtwo, if we find our own Mewtwo, we can knock out his Mewtwo next turn with our own Mewtwo. There's a lot of different ways we can win next turn. But let's see, what does Kendo do here? Does he have anything or not? That is the big question. So let's see, what does my opponent decide to do? Let's see here. Now next turn, let's see. We get Junk Arm. I mean, I don't know if Junk Arm is really going to help us or not. So on our turn, it looks like he doesn't have anything. He just passes. So I'm going to Dark Energy the active. Let's free retreat into the Darkrai. Drag it, the Dark Chance. We're going to move the Blade Energy off that to a Darkrai so we can save him. Move a Dark Energy up to this guy. Alright, we'll press done. And we will go for a Night Spear. Do a 90. And we'll put 30 onto the other Gardevoir as well. So that way he can't take between these two guys. So 90 and 30. Okay. If he sends the Gardevoir, we can knock out that guy, knock out this bench. Which would be pretty nice. If he sends the Mewtwo, we find our own Mewtwo, we can knock him out next turn. I guess I should have held on to a Dark Energy. Or held on to a card, because we get a Junk Arm, discard 2, Ultra Ball, discard 2 as well. So let's see what else does Kendo have here. Does he have anything this turn? Last turn he just passed. He didn't really do anything, and so he's going to pass again, okay? And let's go for a Dark Energy attachment onto Darkrai. And let's go for Professor Oak's New Theory. Going to shuffle our hand to deck and draw 6 new cards. Alright, so there's a Mewtwo that we need for next turn. We'll put a Dark Claw on this guy. We'll go for the knockout, 90 and 30 to the Gardevoir. And I don't know how my opponent can win now. It seems like my opponent has given up the game. Oh, we won regardless. Alright, we have one prize card left. I don't know why I did that. But there we go, guys. There is a win against the Gardevoir Mewtwo deck. That was pretty cool. We took 4 prize cards. That was really nice. We do get a mystery gift as well. And let's press done. What is that mystery gift? 25 tokens. But we'll see one more game here in a second. And we'll see what happens in the next game with Darkrai Hydreigon. Alright, putting his WWHSD, some really, really long name. We're waiting for our opponent to load into the game. And let's see what's going to happen. We'll call heads like always, and hopefully we'll be able to go first. And we do get to go first. We do get to go first, which is very nice. So on our turn, let's see what's going to happen. We get a Darkrai, Ultra Ball. But we really can't Ultra Ball anything. Oh, he says nice Shaymin coin. Thank you. That's my baby. Alright, so thank you, sir. Alright, so we see Pokemon on the active. We'll press done. And let's see what happens. Another Pokemon comes down. There's a okay, so it's a what is it? Oh my goodness, I can't talk right now. It's a Plasma deck. There we go. I don't know why I can't talk. You too. Alright, so Plasma is a pretty strong deck. We haven't really covered it yet, but I think it's a really good deck. We're gonna Ultra Ball, discard Max Potion and Dark Patch. And the reason why we're doing this is because we do play the Junk Arms. And with this, I'm gonna grab a Deino. Okay. Put the Deino down on the bench. Put a Blade Energy on it. And let's use Professor Oak's. And let's shuffle our hand to deck and draw 6 new cards. Alright, so we get double. Oh, man. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just end our turn. Alright, so on to my opponent's turn. Let's see what happens. Thanks, by the way. Do you know how to get that coin? I do not. Sorry. Alright, so there we go. But next turn, we could potentially knock out this Absol. We get Junk Arm. Alright, let's see what happens. And it's an in. Alright, so let's put a Dark Energy the active, Dark Claw the active, and we'll use it in. My opponent didn't use a supporter card this turn, but we'll be, let's see if we get lucky. Alright, so, all we need is a Dark Patch, and we could take a knockout this turn. Very unfortunate, okay. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard in, and Darkrai-EX, and with this we'll get a Hydreigon. Okay. So turn 2 Hydreigon's not too bad. If only we had a Dark Energy, we could take a knockout this turn. But Rare Candy into the Hydreigon. And sadly, we will just have to pass on to our opponent's turn. Alright, so let's end our turn. On to my opponent's turn. Let's see what happens. The next turn, we can knock this guy out with the Night Spear, doing 9, 10, 11. Mind Jack's really not doing too much damage. 20 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It'll only do 40 with the Deoxys, 50. So I'm not too concerned about that. He says those are some very expensive cards, lol. Yes, they are some very expensive cards. Alright. But we're going to attach a Blade Energy to the active, use a Juniper, discard our hand, draw on 7 new cards. There's a reversal trigger. What does that card do? When the team applies Pokemon this card's attached to you is knocked out by damage from an opponent's deck, search deck for a card and put it into your hand, okay? Colress only going to get 4 because there's 3 on their bench and 1 on ours, alright? And let's see what else does our opponent have this turn. They can use Spiritomb Shadow for 70, and they're going to see our hand. Doesn't reveal it? Yeah, our opponent reveals their hand. So we get a Spiritomb. We really don't need that. We'll put a Blade Energy on the active, and we'll use Juniper, discard our hand, draw in 7 new cards, okay? So we get a Virizion, which is nice. My opponent can't poison us. With Dark Chance, move this guy up to this. We'll put down the Deino. Do we even need Deino right now? I'm not going to put down Deino. I'm just going to go for a Night Spear. Let's see, 3, let's Junk Arm, discard this and this. And with this, I'm actually going to grab a Max Potion. Just in case our opponent goes crazy and somehow knocks us out. I don't want that happening. We'll use Dark Trance, move the Dark Energies. One, this guy. One to this guy. Come on now. Another one, and another one. Okay. We'll press Stun. Use the Max Potion, heal the Darkrai, just in case my opponent does have a way to knock us out next turn. I don't want to give him a free knockout. We'll use Dark Trance, move the energies back up to the active. So 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so put those 3 on the active. And we will use Night Spear, do 110, and we'll put 30 onto a Thunderous. Alright. So 90, 30, alright. So we're taking 110, sorry, with the Night Spear, with the Dark Claw. Sorry about that. And we'll go down to 5 price cards. And what can our opponent do next turn? He gets a Gaiety card with the reverse trigger, which is really nice. We'll go down to 5 price cards. And we get another Deino. We see the Thunders with the 30 HP come up. And onto our opponent's turn, what's going to happen? That is the big question. Rainbow Energy goes to the active. They'll take 10 damage. Alright. And they can use Raiden Knuckle. It does 30 damage. And you attach one of your energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Team Plasma Pokemon. There's a Total Scrapper, get rid of a Dark Claw. It attaches a Plasma Energy onto the Deoxys with the Plasma Badge. We'll see a Juniper, discard their hand, draw 7 new cards, okay? And let's see, does he find another attacker or not? That is a big question. Nope, just a Raiden Knuckle for 40 damage and probably attach energy onto the Deoxys, I imagine. That's who he got powered up last turn. So let's see, does he go for that strategy or not? And he'll put an energy on that guy, okay? So on our turn, we get a Dark Energy. We'll put down the active, put down Deino. We'll put down Shaymin, sure, and we'll Colress for 7 new cards. Oh, no, 6, sorry. So 6 new cards, okay? We get a Darkrai. We'll free retreat to the other Darkrai. Use Hydreigon, Dark Trance, move a Blade Energy of this guy. Dark Energy on this guy. And Dark Energy on this guy. And move the other Blade Energy onto the Hydreigon. That way we can save it just in case, I don't know, if something crazy happens. We're good to go. Let's use Night Spear, do 90, and we'll do 30 to this guy, sure. So we'll do 90, 30. So 130. I'm not too concerned about Deoxys. We can use Mewtwo just to one-shot it, so not too concerned about it at all. We'll see the Deoxys come down, okay? And let's see, my opponent can use Raiden Knuckle for 3, 4, 5. There's Shadow Triad, going to get a Plasma card out of the discard pile, which we see Colress. Putting Lightning on the Deoxys. And we'll see a Raiden Knuckle for 50 damage. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. And probably attach another energy onto the Thunders. Well, what's going to happen is he's going to power up the Thunders. And then if we find a Dark Claw, we can knock this guy out next turn. And hey, there we go. Alright, so we're going to Blade Energy this guy. We use Dark Trance. Move this onto this guy. Move this onto this guy. And move this onto this guy. And the reason why I'm doing this is my opponent's second attack can do 90. 9, 10, 11, which could be very scary if they find 2 more Deoxys. So we need to be careful at all costs. So use Max Potion, heal the active. We'll use Dark Trance. Gonna move a Dark Energy. Alright, so Dark Energy. Dark Energy. Oh, come on, Dark Energy. There we go. And then a Blade Energy onto the active. Press done. And it'll go for a Night Spear. We'll knock out the active and put 30 more damage on this Deoxys, on this Thunders. Now, if he promotes Thunders and attacks with it, we can't easily knock it out because it does have 110 HP left. We get a Computer Search and a Mewtwo-EX. Hey, there's Mewtwo I was talking about. And here comes the Thunders, which has 110 HP left, which is exact numbers to knock it out the Dark Claw next turn. We see a Frozen City coming down, which we really don't care about. Lightning Energy to the active. And a Colress is going to shuffle the hand into the deck and draw 7 new cards. Alright. So, let's see what's going to happen. There's a Hypnotoxic Laser, which does nothing because Virizion isn't play. Tells, okay? And there's a Thunderous Noise. Going to do 110. Alright. Alright. Oh, his discard. Oh, it discards a. Yeah, discards an energy. Okay, so we're to Dark Patch. Onto the Darkrai on the bench. We're going to Dark Trance, move this energy up to this guy. And I'm actually not going to move the energies. I want to have some fun. We're going to Junk Arm, discard 1 and 2. And with this, I'm going to get a Dark Claw. I actually want our opponent to knock us out next turn so I can use Mewtwo. Dark Claw the active. And let's go for a Night Spear. We'll do 110 and 30 to the Deoxys. So we'll take a knockout. Go down to 1 price card. If my opponent knocks us out, we can put down the Mewtwo and take a knockout. We could have maybe grabbed a Max Potion with Computer Search and be A-okay. There's a Dark Claw and a Dark Claw. I'm glad that's showing up late in the game. And let's see, does my opponent take a knockout? All he'll need is a Psychic Energy, and he can use Helix Force and do 30 3, 6, 9, 12, 120, minus 20, 100, which is knockout. But he needs a, if I wanted to play the deck, is there anything you recommend I include? If I wanted to play the deck, is there anything you recommend I include? I don't know what he means. Everything in this deck I would recommend. We see Golden Ultra Ball discarding in and a Lightning Energy. Okay. It'd be very strange if he doesn't have another in his hand. Like ending us down to 1 is definitely the correct play right now. So in, okay. We're gonna shuffle my hand into the deck and draw one card. Hopefully it's a Mewtwo. That'd be cool. Top deck, and it's a Zweilous. Okay. There's a Helix Force gonna knock us out. All right. So can Shaymin shine or not? I don't think Shaymin can shine just yet. Man, I want Shaymin or Mewtwo to take the last 2 prize cards. So let's hit a Darkrai. Own our turn. What do we get? We get a Blend Energy. Okay. So we're gonna Blend Energy the Virizion. We will Dark Trance, move the Dark Energy onto the Shaymin. And it'll move this guy up to the active. We could maybe use Dark Night Spear right now. But let's see. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9, 12. Minus 20 is 100, which is not a knockout. I just really want to take a knockout with Mewtwo or Shaymin. So we're going to put down Zweilous. We're going to pass onto my opponent's turn, okay? I guess the smart thing would be, like, keep Zweilous in our hand just in case we get, like, an Ultra Ball. But like I said, I really want to take a knockout with Shaymin or Mewtwo. That seems like a lot of fun, especially with X-Ball for a ton of damage. DC going to that guy. Helix Force going to do 40, okay? Go to our turn. We get a Junk Arm. We'll end our turn. Onto our opponents. Do we have Random Receiver in discard pile? We don't, okay? So my opponent's turn, they're going to draw a card. Next turn, I'll probably treat to Zweilous. Just let that take a hit. We see a Psychic Energy going to that guy, okay? And what will my opponent do? Helix Force for another 40. Going to bring us to 120, okay? On our turn, we get a Juniper. There we go. So we're going to Juniper, discard our hand, draw on 7 new cards. So we find Mewtwo. We do find a Mewtwo. I'm going to put down Mewtwo. I'm going to free treat into the Mewtwo. I'm going to Dark Patch onto the Mewtwo. Onto Darkrai. We'll attach a Dark Energy here. And let's Junk Arm. Move 1 and 2. Let's get a Dark Patch. Hold on, let's see if our opponent can do. Let's do maximum damage. We'll get a Dark Patch. We'll Dark Patch onto the Mewtwo, on the Darkrai. We'll use Dark Trance. Move 1. Let's see if he lets us play along. Come on, don't let us do it now. Move that one. Move that one. Move that one. Hold on, we're almost there. We're visiting a huge X-Ball. Move a Dark Energy up to the active. We'll have 6 on the active, 7, 8. I don't like 300 something, right? So X-Ball. 4, 320 damage. There we go. Oh my goodness. And there is the Darkrai Hydreigon deck. You can see how much fun it is playing this deck. And if you haven't tested this before, I do recommend it. Man, Darkrai Hydreigon. I won my first cities with it back in Foreverland. Yeah, Darkrai Hydreigon. Shaymin. Sadly, we did not see Shaymin. Man, I remember in that cities, I did play the Shaymin, and this guy took 6 prize cards. My opponent ended down to 1, or we got down to 1 prize card. And Shaymin took all 6 prize cards, which was very, very nice. It was really cool. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching the episode of Legacy Wednesday. If you want to see a certain Legacy deck, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll definitely look into it. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great Wednesday. Alrighty. Bye. Alright, guys. Just want to give a quick shout out to our 2 sponsors, 60 Cards and Yeti Gaming. The links are down below to their websites. Make sure you go check them out. Alrighty.